All right, I'm back with more critical thinking. Now, as I start all of my videos, if you have been watching them, they're all different topics, okay? And as I like to say is, I think critical thinking allows a person or a group of people to share ideas freely. And it allows you to know what the people that you are hanging out with, how they really think about certain situations. You may get surprised. You may think, well, this person grew up here and they went to these type of schools. And they may surprise you when you give them a question like this, like these questions that I have for critical thinking. And you may think, oh, I know what they would do. And then they answer the question with reasons, and it completely surprises you. It throws you off. So just because you think you know someone doesn't mean you do. And I think it's also good for couples. So if you're dating, it's a good conversation piece for couples, because not only do you know how your current boyfriend or girlfriend thinks in a situation, but it may open your eyes to how they think down the line after, if you're contemplating marriage. So it may actually make you think, do I really want to marry this person? Or our views are very different, our views are similar. Yeah, I would do the same thing. Or maybe that draws you closer to the person. We don't think the same. I wouldn't do that. But I do like their ideas and what they say. So, this one here is about the plagiarized report. Okay? Very cut and dry, very simple. Alright? You are an English teacher at a high school. Okay? Probably not an easy job. One of your students is very bright and is a gifted girl whom you have always enjoyed teaching. Alright? So you have a female student, very smart, very, very smart, and you've enjoyed teaching them. She has always achieved A grades throughout her school years and is now in her final year and getting ready to graduate. So you know she's happy and she's looking to her future to go to college and land a nice job. So that's wonderful. Unfortunately, she has been very ill this term and missed several weeks of school. So unfortunately, that's something she can't control. All right, she got sick and she's missed quite a bit of school. She has just turned in a report which is worth 40% of her final grade. Now, like any teacher, you know the teacher in the beginning of the school year usually gives you a piece of paper that tells you the percentage of all the different assignments and homework and everything else. So she knew that this report was worth 40% of her final grade. But you realize that she did not write it herself. She has copied a report found online and tried to pass it off as her own work. So in short, she's plagiarized. She's plagiarized this report. Now, I've had some high school students who have told me that they would plagiarize. And I said, well, what is the problem with plagiarizing a report? Well, first of all, it's your style of writing. I'm pretty sure that if this report is worth 40% of her final grade, she's done other reports throughout her senior year, which means the teacher knows, say, some of the vocabulary words that she would or would not use or has never used before. That would show up. The style of writing, the way she says things, that triggers a lot of alarms in a teacher's head. Like, well, she's never said it this way before. Why is she saying it like this now? But you have to think too, okay? If you report her plagiarized report to the school authorities, it will be entered on her permanent record, and she will no longer be eligible to attend the prestigious university that she has dreamed of attending all through high school. Now, I'm sure most high school students, she's in her final year, she's a senior, she's probably already looked at a lot of different universities, and if she is as smart as her grades indicate that she is, she's probably set her sights on a really good, maybe even Ivy League university. Or if it's not Ivy League, it's still a very good university. But if you report this incident, she will not be eligible to apply to that university anymore. If you refuse to accept the report, her final mark will be very poor and may harm her chances of being chosen for this university. So you can either accept it and she will continue on her path in the future. But if you tell her, I know you didn't write this paper, you plagiarized this paper, this report, she won't be able to go to a university. She'll have to choose a much lower university. If you mark the paper as though you believed it was her own work, she will do very well and stand every chance of getting her desired university place. Now, that's the end. What would you do? Personally, if I were the English teacher, if I knew her situation, she's sick, and I know she's really ill, she's not just lying in order not to go to school, and in the past she's always received A's, I would probably pull her aside and tell her privately that, yes, I know that this paper is plagiarized. I know you didn't write it. But I'm going to accept this paper so that you can go to the university that you want to. But I would suggest that you don't do this again. Now, if she's as smart as her grades indicate that she is, she will take my advice and she won't try to do this in college. She got caught here in high school as a senior, which could have jeopardized her chance of going to a good college. So if she's really that smart, she will take my advice. Because as a university professor, I don't think they'll be so forgiving. So she may actually be expelled from a university if a university professor discovered her plagiarized report. If she's not smart, then it could actually open the door. She says, wow, I got caught, but I got away with it, so there's no problem. So it really depends on the student's personality, which is why I say critical thinking is important. Would she think, oh, well, my high school teacher figured out that I copied this report, and I got away with it once, which means I don't have to worry about high school anymore, now it's college. So the college doesn't know anything about this. So would I be able to wiggle my way out of getting caught again at the university level? Or, as I said before, she won't try it again. So, if you were the English teacher, what would you do? Because if you fail her 40% of her grade, if you give her a 0 on this report, she definitely will not do very well in the class. So she won't be able to go to the university that she's always wanted to go to. And yes, you could say it's her fault. She did it. But she has to turn in the report because it's 40% of her grade, which means if she didn't turn the report in by claiming she was sick, well, she would get a 0. And that would also affect her final grade. But she did try to turn the report in. Of course, it's not her work. She's trying to pull one over on the teacher. So, what would you do in this situation? I think it's a quite easy situation, but again, I want to know what you think. If you are the English teacher, you are her high school English teacher, what would you do in this situation? Please post your comments in the comment section below. And it would be very interesting to know what you think and why you made that decision. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and finish this one. All right, I look forward to reading your comments.